This is the Louie T Network.
Who else could it be? Me, your me, Louie T. Welcome to lockdown coverage of week number 13. The National Football League. Los Angeles Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. A little bit of NFC West family business. If these two teams said they ain't did it, then they ain't did it. But if they did, well, that's family business. And what happens in the family stays in the family. You know how it goes. You know how the family do it. And the Rams looking to exact a little bit of, should I say, dominance over this division. Having already beat this Cardinals team once before over in London, smashing them, shutting them out, injuring their quarterback, and for all intents and purposes, ending any hopes of them having a credible season. Give the Cardinals credit. They've competed since the injury to Carson Palmer, but you knew it was a foregone conclusion once they lost Carson Palmer at the quarterback position that they weren't going to do much this season. And you can thank the Rams for all of that. So if you're the Cardinals, looking for a little bit of revenge, but if you're the Rams, you're looking to win this division. And in order to do that, you got to beat a team like Arizona with no Carson Palmer, with no David Johnson, with no Adrian Peterson. You got to win. With Blaine Gabbert at quarterback, you must win. End of discussion. And so they jumped them early. Cardinals made it interesting in the middle. Rams prevailed late. And that's what the good teams do. You may make it interesting, but they find a way to get it done. And the Cardinals did everything that they could to make sure that they didn't win this game. We're going to start with the Rams, and we'll talk about the Cardinals, then we'll get out of here. And so for the Rams, this win, 32-16 over the Cardinals, improves them to 9-3. Right now, they're sitting pretty in the NFC conference, not just the NFC West division, a game ahead of Seattle, which I still think they're going to lose this division. And Seattle, with the huge win over Philly last week, made a statement that they're not dead and they're coming for what they think is theirs. But the Rams are sitting pretty not only in the division, they're sitting pretty in the NFC conference. With New Orleans at 9-3, with Philly now at 10-2 with their loss, and now you get Philly at home this week, and Minnesota sitting at 10-2. You did lose to Minnesota, but with you being right there, you could beat Philly, and all of a sudden now you're staring a first-round bye in the face. And if Minnesota were to falter a couple more times, and you find a way to get to, let's say, 12-4, and Minnesota finishes up 11-5, all of a sudden now you got a first-round bye, and you've got the number one seed, and all roads through the NFC come through L.A. Highly unlikely, but it's something to strive to attain to, right? And so this was a game you had to get. And you came out early, and I thought you were aggressive on defense. You made some plays. You get the field goal early. You force a turnover. Great return on that interception by LaMarcus Joyner. Set you up for a touchdown, and I thought it was so gutsy. I love Sean McVay. So gutsy to go for it on fourth down there. Do you know how much confidence he's instilled in Jared Goff? It's ridiculous. That slant he threw there to Gerald Everett on 4th and goal from the 2. Come on, man. Thing of beauty. He threw that like he was supposed to. He threw that like a grizzled vet. Ice water in his veins. With pressure. Mind you, staring down a gun barrel, delivers a dart off his back foot on 4th down. To have the balls to go for it on the road there, I love it. Dagger. We're not coming here trying to eke out of here with a win. We going for your throat. We going for the jugular. We trying to slice you and watch you bleed out on the pavement. We ain't coming here for games. We didn't come in here to barely escape with a field goal victory. No, we came here to put you down early. nice and early. So you don't think you got a shot at winning this game. And that was a statement after the turnover. We're going for it on 4th down. Loved it. Loved it. I didn't love the missed field goal. After banging home a field goal from like 55 yards, I didn't love the missed extra point on the next kick from Greg Zuerlein. You don't get called Young Jeezy when you do that. But he's still Young Jeezy, man. He banged it home from 55, 56. Dude is stupid. But in any event, it's 9-0. You got him. Then Jared Goff throws an interception. Your defense says, hey, anything they can do, we can do better. And that was a hell of a play by Martin, their young Tar Heel, making that play along the defensive line. Kareem Martin. But Alec Ogletree says, I can do what he just did. I'm just going to do it better because I'm taking mine to the crib. And so while I kill Blaine for the first one, and I'll get over there to that, the second one, he didn't see him, and that's a hell of a play by Alec Ogletree. And all of a sudden, it's 16, and these boys are done. Right? Right? Wrong. They storm back, and they make it interesting. But because they're the Arizona Cardinals, because they're not a good football team, they found ways to botch. Even the comeback attempt, they found ways to botch that. Two straight touchdowns, 2 unanswered scores, and you get your extra point blocked. The Rams get a field goal to extend the lead out to 19-13. You get a chance to cut it back to 3. Field goal gets blocked. Then they just run away from you. Game gets out of control. I think at that point, when you had the field goal blocked, it was 26-16. So a field goal there would have cut it to a 1-score game. And then you get it blocked. And they go down and they get a field goal. And now it's 13 instead of 10. And then they get a field goal to wrap this thing up. So Todd Gurley was phenomenal in this game. He looked a lot like the potential MVP candidate of earlier in the season. He's no longer in that running now, but early to start this season, he was Mr. Do-It-All for this offense, and he was much of that in this game. He caught it, he ran it, he did everything. Had a big catch and run late in the ball game to pretty much put it on ice. He was outstanding in this game. And even shorthanded, no Robert Woods, they still were able to go out and execute, make plays. Cooper Kupp had a nice game. Gerald Everett was outstanding. Jared Goff, despite the 1 interception, he continues to impress every single week. 2 more touchdown tosses for him. And I was so impressed with the 4th down slant for a touchdown, Gerald Everett. It's just beautiful. Beautiful execution. Pitch and catch. Love it. Defensively, got after Blaine Gabbert, sacked him, made him uncomfortable, picked him off, made plays. It's what this defense has done under Wade Phillips. They continue to exert their will over teams in the NFC. They did it again in this game to the Cardinals, and they come out victorious for their 9th win of the season. So that was impressive from the Rams on the road because this was a tough one. They just had beat the Jags. They had breathed a little bit of life into their season. They weren't dead yet, and it's tough to go to Arizona and win. And you went in there and you took care of business. That was impressive. From the Cardinals standpoint, bad start. And just when you thought it was safe to maybe look at Blaine Gabbert as a potential starting quarterback for you in the future, he shows you he's Blaine Gabbert. And I used to call him Blaine Garbage or Plain Gabbert. Which one? You take a pick. You have fun with that. But he continues to show why he's Blaine Gabbert or Plain Gabbert. You give him a field goal on the opening possession. What does he do on the first snap from scrimmage offensively? Throws an interception. What was he doing on that play? Don't ask me. I don't know. 2 Ram defenders, 1 Cardinals receiver. He wasn't open. You're just going to launch it 50 yards down the field. Just say what the hell? To hell with it. Okay, cool. Great return on the. You want to throw an interception? I'm going to get this 55-yard return, and I'm going to set up this 7-play, 26-yard touchdown drive for my team. Now you're down 9-0. You punt, then they throw an interception. You stop a scoring drive, You get the football right back 3 plays later. Pick 6. Backbreaker. You battled. I'll give you that. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Too many mistakes. 2 picks that set up 14 points. 1 indirectly, 1 directly scored. A blocked field goal, a blocked extra point. You won't try to win. You won't try to win. Too many mistakes against a team that's better than you. Can't afford the mistakes. Cardinals drop this game, fall to 5-7 on the season, and their postseason hopes dead. Dead in the water with this loss. Rams improved to 9-3, hold on to the top spot in the NFC West division, and boy, as the weeks pass, it becomes harder and harder to deny Sean McVay head coach of the year. It just does. Who would have ever thought the Rams would be sitting here at 9-3 at this point in the season? I'd have bet everything I had that this would not have happened in year 1. Just remarkable. Let's get to any comments that may be out there. And there are none. Look at that. And so, that's going to do it for your man Louie T here on Lockdown Coverage. Rams get the win 32-16, doubling up the Cardinals in this one, getting a 9-3, remaining atop the NFC West by a game over the Seahawks. And so they set up a massive showdown next week in the NFC at home versus the Philadelphia Eagles. That's a big one. That could be for a first-round bye, believe it or not. So, lot at stake next week. I would have loved them to flex this one into Sunday night. Really would have. Would have died to have seen this one on Sunday night. Who cares about Steelers-Ravens? Kick their ass to the curve. Give me this one. But it is what it is. Cardinals got a chance to affect the AFC side of the bracket. They've got the Titans at home next week in a very winnable game. Titans have been shaky of late. Would not shock me in the least if the Cardinals were able to jump up and bite the Tennessee Titans. But we'll see what happens. In any event, I'm your man, Louie T. Thank you for joining me on Lockdown Coverage this week. Week 13 in the National Football League in the books. Week 14 coming at you. Stay tuned. Thank you for joining me again. Have a good one.